Hey guys, it's Car Guy 11. BlackVue sent me their newest dash cam to install for you guys in my 2016 C7 Corvette. So today we're going to do an unboxing, install, and review for you guys. Alright guys, well here's the unboxing. As I said, this is the BlackVue DR490L-2CH, and this is their newest camera offering. And let's get right to it. So, start off. Now you'll see the two cameras. This obviously is the main front forward camera, and it has nice big screen on the back. So this, you can view your footage right in the car. And the previous one that I got in my Jeep was all through Wi-Fi, so no screen. This one does not have Wi-Fi, so that's why the screen is in use. And this is the rear-facing camera, and this, of course, mounts. It can be rear view, or it can be, as I did in the Jeep, facing myself to do vlogs and such. So I'll probably do that same route with this one. Of course, it comes with the instruction manual. And then inside here, we got a whole bunch of stuff. The memory card, of course. Now this is the hardwiring kit, and I'm gonna have to see, I'm not sure how I'm going to wire it yet in the Corvette, but that's an option. And this is the normal cigarette lighter cord, so I can use that option as well. And now this is switchable when you turn the car off and on. Now this wire hooks up the front and rear cameras together, and it's pretty long to extend all the way from the front windshield to the rear windshield. Now this is the trim tool and wire ties to hide the wire when you're stringing the wire along. And this is the mount for the front camera. You would stick this on the windshield and hook the camera on here, like so. Alright guys, getting ready to install the camera in my C7 Corvette, and I'm going to try to do the hardwire install, and here's the cable that comes with it. And basically there's a fuse block under the rear hatch in the Corvette, so I'm going to lift out the carpet and see what I can tap into, and obviously run the power lines to the front of the car towards the windshield. So I'm going to get the wiring first to make sure everything works with the camera as it's supposed to, with the switching power and everything. Alright, so I removed my cargo liner, and then you're going to start in the passenger side corner. That's where the battery is. Start slowly prying the carpet up. It's a little tight in there. You have to get it around the wheel well. And I actually put a t-shirt under on the side of that plastic so it don't get scratched up. But I exposed the battery now, and well, the battery cover is right here, and then under here is where the fuse box is. So there's this plastic panel I'm moving out of the way to expose the fuse box. Okay, it's not the easiest thing to do, but I removed the battery panel, and then that plastic piece that covers the fuse box, you have to slide it under, and there's insulation under the load floor. So you kind of have to get your arms in there and push up the carpet from the center from behind, and slide that until you expose that fuse block. So looking in the owner's manual for the rear fuse block, I want a switched power and a constant on power. So the rear accessory power outlet is always on, and the front one is switched. So I'm looking for 22 and 37, which are here and here, fortunately on the edge of the power block. And again, right at the edge of the power block, right there and right there. Those are the fuses I need to pull. Okay, as it says in the instructions, I pulled each fuse and wrapped it around the blade, one for constant on and one for switchable. Okay, and then I attached the ground to this main ground here on the body. There's not that many spots in the Corvette, so that works right there. Okay, I buttoned up the back. I zip tied the wires to get it nice and clean, and then let the wire come through. Now the only problem is this wire is not going to be long enough to extend to the front, so I'm going to splice in the other power cord that they provided with the cigarette lighter power cord, so just to make it longer. Normally you don't have the fuse box in the back of the car, it's usually in the front, so that's why it's not long enough, but I'm going to do that, string it up to the front and hook it up. Alright guys, so it's real easy to tuck the wire in under the trim here just by hand, and as I said, you need it longer, so I'm going to splice it with the other power cord. But first I'm going to attach the unit to the windshield and see how long I need to get it to. Alright, I'm going to peel the backing on the camera mount, and then I clean the windshield with some alcohol before I'm mounting it. Okay guys, so I mounted the camera and ran the wire along the windshield frame and all the way along to the door weather stripping, all the way down and around to the dash and underneath to the door frame panel all the way to the back. So a nice clean installation there. And as far as the rear camera, I decided to mount it under the main camera because it gave the best view of the passenger and driver, and I wrapped the wire behind the rear view mirror, and this is because the rear camera is usually mounted on the rear window, but I didn't want that. I like to see the passengers instead, get some good reaction shots. And this is the view from the driver's seat. It sits just below the rear view mirror, so pretty subtle and doesn't block your vision too much. Now all the camera controls are controlled with the touchscreen behind the main camera. All the settings, you can turn off voice, you can turn the mic on and off, get your list of recordings. There's no Wi-Fi on this camera, so you either have to play them on the camera or pull the memory card and put them on your computer. But you can also adjust the settings for motion and impact detection. It also has a lane change assist feature, so I haven't tried any of those yet, but yeah, it's pretty neat. Like I said, it doesn't have the Wi-Fi like my other BlackVue camera in the Jeep, but yeah, this one's all controlled with the screen, and as I said, it is wired in hard to the Corvette, so when the car shut off, it goes into a parking mode and only records if it sees motion or impact. So pretty cool feature, and I'll be showing you some of the recordings. And this constantly monitors the car battery voltage, so when it drops to about 11.8 volts, the camera will shut off so it doesn't hurt your car battery. But you can set this different ones. You can go up to 11.9, 12, 12.2, 12.4. So pretty cool feature. It's built into the camera, nothing extra wired. Now on the side of the camera you have your on-off switch, which is nice because you can turn it off and on real easily if you don't want it on for some reason, and also your SD card slot, so you can pull footage whenever you need to. Now here's some footage from my camera in my car. It's very nice clear image. It's actually 1080p 30 frames a second for the front and rear camera, which is really nice. And again, the rear camera is usually mounted to the rear view window, but I like to have it in the passenger area. You can maybe get a reaction, and you can also still see out the sides and the rear as well. Now if you hardwire the camera to the fuse block like I did, parking mode is activated when you turn the car off, and it's useful for keeping an eye on your car when you can't. And in this case, it was funny because I caught these guys oogling over my car in the pickup. So overall, another great BlackVue camera. Definitely check it out in the link below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.